Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters, and welcome to our study today, Sabbath, the 21st of February, where we are looking at a subject entitled Herbal Terminologies with Brother Keagan Banda. And so, as we start, we are going to invite Brother Banda to give us the prayer thought and the opening prayer. Brother Banda.
Hebrews verse 7, it records, it says, "For the earth which drinketh in the rain," Hebrews 6 verse 7, can come down.
Okay, yeah, we will come you to our start. Twamisengera kuishita yawe chero no. Airo tuletendeka tuleresha pachisambiro chireitwa amashina ya fimuti okay tandati amahebs muchivemba mulanda chani miti fimuti amashina bafitayo echisambiro tukwete. So we are looking a subject entitled Herbal Terminologies with our brother Keagan Banda. Apa, so today for prayer thought, ile from Hebrews chapter 6, kulenga pa verse 7. So we'll be interpreting.
Okay, so it says, "For the earth which drinketh in the rain,
At pakuti ichalo ichinwa kumfula,
that cometh oft upon it,
iyo iloka palichena munchiteshingi,
and bringeth forth herbs meet for them by whom it is dressed."
Lero iraletapo nefimena ifyo ifirenga ichalo kufwala.
I think you have misinterpreted, have you?
It says the earth is dressed.
And bringeth forth herbs meet by whom it is dressed.
So that's true. What is dresses the earth? Isn't it the herbs? I don't know. Yeah. That's what I said.
It's correct. Huh?
Hebrews 6 verse 7.
Says, "And bringeth forth herbs meet for them. It is meet for them by whom it is dressed."
Who is dressed?
I'm saying the womb. That was interesting. Yeah, yes. Some are not. The emphasis is not on the dressed. It's the womb. Yes.
Okay,
You've gotten it.
Let me go to the Banda version.
Have you gotten that, Sister Olivia?
Okay, Muchivemba, Hebrews chapter 6, verse 7. Amashu ya kwalesa yalera ndefi. Ati lesa eupala umushiri apo infula ilaloka libiri. Wakufwa pakuti abo abalimine balefi bonfya. So
Okay. That is the part. What did you interpret?
Me, I said by whom it is. I said if we child.
So you see, got it. So the emphasis is on the people. Because the plants, they grow for the benefit of who? Of man. Yes, so that as we use them, like for instance, around this time is rain season, so there are a lot of herbs that are what? So God is causing the rain to rain around this time so that these herbs, they grow. They are used by whom? By us. Yes. Yes, by us. So all these herbs that we are seeing around, they are meant for us. You understand? There are a lot of them which we do not even have seed.
Okay, so baletwe bati omushiri uyu ewumenesha ifyo fyonse ifirengo kwati kwebekala besonde sange mu bunonsi n'okufiba omutya ati ng'efina enfula ireeroka kwaliba n'efimena fimo ifishakwata n'embuto leero firamena.
Yes. So sometimes we learn a lot of herbs during rain season. We see them. Sometimes we don't. Like, for instance, let me talk of toothache plant. Toothache plant can only grow around this time.
Ati kwaliba ifimera fimbi fye munshita ya nfula eicho kwaliba efyo twinga sambirira infula nga ireeroka ero twinga eshiba imiti shimo kwati umuti wa kuposha erino ati tulo umuti twakino ya nfula.
Okay. But there are others that do not grow around this time. Like, for instance, akuta will die around this time, and which one? Yellow dog. Yellow dog will begin to grow. I'm taking of plantain. Plantain plant leaf, it will begin to die around this time.
Ati kwaisa abana fimo ififwa munshita ya nfula kwati fatwe kwati plantain yena irafwa then kulina imbye batwe ba ama planta ayasangwa tinga kwaba infula yena nisi instead tamena boino nango yarafwa.
Yes, they begin to perish. For example, let me talk of spinach. Spinach will not thrive around this time.
Ati kwati ne fya kulyanga spinach naena taimena bwino munshita ya nfula.
You understand now? Okay. Okay. So this is what means the herbs for the benefit of us, so that so we can kneel down. It's a prayer thought. We can kneel down and pray.
Apa twalafuka mabonse ero twala pepa.
We thank you, O Master Redeemer, for the one. You say that we did not create ourselves, you created us. And you decided to, before the creation of man, you decided to create the herbs and the plants so that it will be a benefit to these living machineries, that is us, man, for the maintenance and service of man. May you help us to learn all these that you put, so that we'll continue to maintain and worship you. Just like the psalmist, he says, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. If we do not understand the human body parts and its function and the food that is supposed to eat, we can't appreciate the herbs. May you help us to learn all these so that we appreciate and that we worship you, oh Lord, because you are our maker. In the name of Jesus, we do pray with thanksgiving in our hearts. Amen.
Okay, I'm sure Sister Chimuka, where we ended last week, was addressing, which was wonderful, which was saying, is it lawful or is it permissible for married couples to have sexual intercourse on Sabbath or in the holy hours, that is Friday evening to even during the day? So we gave that assignment to Brother Daniel Mwale, but he is not yet in. So we will hold that question for now. As soon as he arrives, we'll be able to handle it. I don't know if that is okay with you, Sister Chimuka. I don't know. Oh, you are still muted, Sister Chimuka. Is that okay with you? Okay, I'm sure maybe she... Oh, okay, she has posted something here. Let's see. Okay, she says yes. Okay, so epo tuwakwiriye last Sabbath ero twaliresha pali health kwaliko echipusho chiwaipwishe basista chimuka ekyakutira ati bushe ekyaliyana abawo pana okukumana mu Sabbath day nangu munshite eshashira so brother Daniel mwale balianda tinabakwatako ama quotations so twali bapera na pa Thursday nalebe pusho kwati bakendesheko kwati epo tukese nomba yena sister balaka twala chirukira so basista chimuka basumina bali pa online balanda ati no problem kai bali kukitu bene yeah I don't know was there also a question from Sister Bumba for Sister Bumba we handled that yeah okay well Sister Bumba's question was well handled and so those are the only pending issues so as soon as he arrives we'll be able to come to that part. Thank you so much. We allow Brother Keagan to continue.
Okay. So what sparked the question was because we were looking at herbal terminology, we reached at the point of looking at an aphrodisiac.
Ati apa kumine chichi pusho nicho pakusambira kwesu twaishe lolesha imiti ishuitwa ama aphrodisiac ekutira ya ishiri emiti ishafu omuntu kwebati umubiri wende okay oloshimupere ubufwaisho wakukumana n'omwana kashi.
So there are herbs which are called an aphrodisiac and there are herbs which are aphrodisiac.
Atkwaliba imiti isho ishafwa ero nashiria ishikanya olo ishibwesha panshi ubufwaisho bwa mubiri.
So the person who asked the question, he asked the question says, can the Christians
so kwalisa bana ba brother Sakala abaishire ikushati bushenga chirifyo bushe umukristo ishafwa kumubiri
is it Christian
muri ubukristo mukubomvya abenga abakupata wanda tumutoto shana ibyo ifyapale so bari pshatshe chali yano Christ
in a nutshell, it says this God is the one who created sex. So basically, if you are failing, it means your testosterone has gone down.
Ati palisa ati lesa ewalengere okwati abantu bakwate ichira ubufwaisho bwakusangwa na mayo na munabawo atonga masasa ngafwe bawo mekwati amaka yapwa.
Yes.
Testosterone hormone ya ilechepa.
So you have to look for something that will boost that.
Ati nishufire wasanga kwechingafwako ukwebati ibwere.
So that you fulfill your duty.
Ukwebati we wise ukwanishe omulimo obe.
But the people who do not understand, then they'll think as if it's un-Christian, but they don't understand.
Ati abantu abashimfuikisha bwino utubamona kwati tebu Kristo. Kanshi bu Kristo.
Okay. Even Paul discusses sex. Remember, is it Romans?
Ati na Paulo na yena alalanda po pafi ya kumana wa n'omwana kashi.
Who remembers that? The one who says that don't deny your fellow friend except when you're praying. What is Romans chapter what? Chapter 7. Let me go there. Yes, mangoes. Okay. Yeah. So Sister Olivia is saying that mangoes also has an aphrodisiac property, saying that it can boost sexual appetite. Mango. Okay, mangoes. So these are examples of.
I think Sister Busi from South Africa wants to join. Let me see.
Okay. So, hello. Okay, that was Sister Busi. Okay. Have you found it? Okay, that verse. Time to look at it. I think it's 7. Roman missions and other so then if it's Corinthians, huh? I think it's talking about something. I think it's Corinthians. Is even come here. I think it's Corinthians 7. First. I want to reach the point. Okay, that is verse 5. First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5. Hello? Yes, you can read it in Bemba.
Oh, now, Kyrie, the only problem is where he's seated is online. They will not get it. Okay, let me try to read it in Bemba. Okay, so that was, you said First Corinthians
chapter 7, verse 5. Yeah, remember the point. The point is that we're talking of what not those people, for instance, if your sexual appetite is gone low. So what happens? Can you use herbs that will boost the sexual appetite? That's what we're looking at. Don't forget that point. That's the reason we'll go into this verse.
Okay, so sorry, I was doing a little thing. Sister Wus wants to join now. She was asking for the passcode. Okay, so Avena Korinti, chapter 7, verse 5. Amashu yakwalesa letera ati mwilakana umunenu muchuko kano ninshi mwaumfwana okukana kumana panshita inono icho mulefwaya okuti muipereshe kumapepo panuma ya iyo nshita mutampe kabiri ukulaikala ng'abaawupana lyena ninshi tekuti muleke satana alemutunka kumulandu wa bunasha bwenu obwa bunasha obunashe bwenu. Thank you.
Okay, so I just reported that. So there's even when Paul is talking, discussing this, the issue of marriage, he tells you saying, except on the issue of prayer, okay, religious purpose, but we shouldn't. And in our course of studies, we saw that also when it comes to, it's not every time we have to have regularity in this. So if there's regularity and we have also to give the religious purpose, that's when now you can do it. Okay. So let me read also verse 2.
Verse 2.
Up to 4. So meaning you have to read up to 5. So it's the same. It says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Okay. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife hath no power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband hath not power over his own body, but the wife. Defraud he not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that he may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
Okay, muchibemba abena Korinto 1 chapter 7 kuberenga pa verse 2 kushinta pa 5 amashu yakalesa yalesosa ayati nomba ubulalelale nabufulisha kanshi chiramwaume afuire akwata umukashi wakwe elio chiramwanakashi nawo afuire akwata umulume wakwe. Verse 3 umwaume alina okufikirisha insambusha muchuko kumukashi wakwe umwanakashi nawo alina okufikirisha insambusha muchuko kumulume wakwe. Verse 4 umwanakashi temwine wa mubiri wakwe iyo kano wiba eifyo fine nawo umwaume temwine wa mubiri wakwe iyo wa mukashi wakwe. Verse 5 mwila kana umunenu muchuko kano nishi mwaumfwana ukukana kumana panshita iyi nono icho mulefwaya ukuti muipereshe kumapepo pano maya iyo nshita mutampe kabiri ukulaikala ngaba upana liena nishi tekuti muleke satana ale mitunka kumulandu wa bunashe we.
That is clear. Okay. Okay, she says verse 9 concludes it. Okay, let me read verse 9. You're talking over it brings another subject. Mr. Olivia. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, I think the point is already made. Sis, brother, you can come.
Mora, you managed to. Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. So for Sister Chimuka's question, Brother Mwale Daniel is here. So he says he will now give us the quotes concerning sex on the Sabbath or during holy hours. So we have paused on the Herbal terminologies for now until Brother Mwale is done. You can welcome the people.
Oh, good morning. Okay, the questions that our sister had asked, or the question that our sister had asked, we'll read from the book of Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 58?
Okay, ati kulingana n'ekipusho icho ba sister Chimuka bayipwishe twalatendeka pakulolesha mu ibuku lya kwa Isaiah chapter 58
verse 13.
okuberenga pa verse 13. Isaiah chapter 58 pali verse 13.
And the Bible reads,
N'ekipingo kireesosa akiti
if thou turn away from doing that pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the oil of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor seeking thy own wit.
Amashu imwe buku lyakwa Isaiah chapter 58 verse 13 yalesosa ayati Yawe aletira ati nga mwali chindika ubushiku bwe sabata mwaleka nokula chitamu nga mwalamona ubushiku bwandi ubwa mushiro ukuti ebwa kusansamukamo nokubuchindika ng'obushiku bwa Yawe ichine nga mwala buchindika pakukana la endamo ichendeende tamule bombamo milimo nangu ukula iliashi ya buwerewere. Ati echo twasanga apa ati twasanga eshiwiririra ndati ukuisansamusha.
So the meaning of praise, maybe you can check what it really means in dictionary, what it means, praise.
Okay, so batwe bati tue muy buku tuloleshe bushe nga batira ati pleasure chile pilibula finshi na ngukuisansamusha muchibemba natwandagala tukuisansamusha. Okay, so in English I read first in English and I will try to interpret in Bemba. Pleasure means a feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment. Atikanshi chile pilula ukumfwa ukusansamuka na ngula ukumfwa bwino kulokwa kati na usekera mu mfyole ekita.
So here what we find here, Bible tells us that pleasure is a feeling.
Ati ngefo twasanga bati ukuisansa okulefera kuyumfwa fole yumfwa.
So the Bible again tells us that on our holy days of the Sabbath, we're not supposed to do our own pleasure. So what simply means that even sex, it is a pleasure, it is a feeling. Just doing of our own lust that we want.
So ati gatwalisankanya mashwe twasanga nabatulanga ati pleasure ile pilibula ifyo tule yumfwa. Then nechipingo cha kwalesa na chena chatukanye kwa tatufuire twachita ifyo tule umfwa bwino fwebene echile lango kwa tikanshi kufwa bwino kwa muntu nsolo kuisekesha kwa bantu nse.
So idea when we have sex during the Sabbath, the odd hours of the day, we are doing that to sustain our own lust.
Atikanshi echo balesanga po bamunyina baletira ati chimona okutira tifwe gatwala kumana pakushikubwesa bata okupanga echupo chimona kwati tulefu afe tuisekeshe okumfuisha bwino okufwaisha kwa mibiri shesu.
That's what the Bible tells us. And then praise again in general, there is a counsel that we've been
eshiwiri akutira ukwisansa mushalo kumfwa bwino ati twalikwatapo amakambisho ayasangwa mwibuku lyakwalesa na mu Shepherd's Road mwine moyaba.
Even the Shepherd's Road volume 148, the prophet commented on the same pressure. There's a pressure of what really the prophet commented was talking about the feelings, the physical aspect of.
Nakasesema otef ali kwata okulanda popeshiwi ili akulanda ati ukuisansa musha okutira ati ifyo yale pilibula mu Shepherd's Road volume 1
page 148
ati mu Shepherd's Road page volume 1 page 148 iyo ndeberenga mukumfwa kweno paragraph 148 paragraph 1. Okay, so nalaberenga mu Kisungu then twalaisha kokwirura mu Kibemba. Amashu yakwalesadana ndati turning back to Isaiah 58 verse 13 tells the kind of fast this is. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a day, honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Therefore, the fast mentioned here is not a fast of food, but of pleasure, labor, and our own ways and thoughts, and that we must honor God and keep his Sabbath holy. The charge is that we exact all labor, the charge is that we exact all our labor on the Sabbath day, the true meaning of the Sabbath keeping. We have come to suppose that anything which pertains more or less to religion is permissible on God's holy day. It is said, it is the Lord's work. But God has never said anywhere in the scripture that his people are at liberty to do all manner of work that pertain to religion on the Sabbath day. Work which must be done on a day other than the Sabbath is not a work for the Sabbath. 6 shall be work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Muchibemba nalesha okulanda atukubwerera kwibuku lya kwa Isaiah chapter 58 nokuberenga pa verse 13 vale twebe okweba ati kanshi ukuyiresha nanguku fasting ukuyiresha ule pilibula ifinshi. Then quoting Isaiah 58:13 ati nga wafumya okulukobe pesa bata nokuleka okuchita ubufwayo bwobefya kuisansa mushashira isabata ili awama ili ashira ili akwalesa ili amuchinshi nokulishisha nokuleka okuchita amatontonka nyobe nangu inshira showe nangu kusanga ifya kuisansa mushamo fyobe nangu kulanda amashiwi ayobe. Ate icho ukukuiresha ekolesa lera ndapa tekuiresha afye kufya kulya iyo lero kukufya kuyisekesha inchito ero kabiri nenshira shesu n'amatontonkanyo Yesu epakutira ifwe twaisa chindikalesa n'okusunga isabata lyakwe engeri ashira. Ati echo wale tukambisha nichi inchito shonse shiri eshinasha tashifwire shachitika pakushikuwa sabata. Ati nga abantu bakwalesa natulaba obupiribulo bwachine obwakusunga esabata. Ati ifwe natwisa mukutontonkanyo kweba ati imirimo iri yonse ichikulufe naipalako okuya mirimo yakwalesa ati linshiyali beyafunishibwa okuchita pesa bata. Ati tefyo ate tweba malembero yako kweba ati abantu bali kwata obuntungwa obwakubomba inchito eri yonse ichikulufe naipalanako nefya mushiro pesa bata. Ati inchito eyo tufuire twachita pabushiku bumbi ukuchira pesa bata tatufwire twayibomba pesa bata. Inshiku 6 esho twaperwa okubomba n'okuchita enchito shesu lero isabata ili akwalesa muri rubushiku tatufwire twachitamo inchito eri yonse. End of quote.
The contribution that they can give.
Ati echo benga pera kongecha kwafuirisha ko pali pusho lya basista chimuka gwebente okulingana n'oku kumana n'abakashi besu pesa batati kulya kuisekesha kwesu so tatufire twachitefe.
So even at our own time she can read on CCH Councils page 261.
Ati napanshita Yesu kuti twayaberengako na muibuku Councils for the Church the one na yala twafuako.
So it talks more about the rest in the preparation of the Sabbath. It is not only about sex. There are a lot of things that is present tells us. Even speaking idle words on the Sabbath, there are a lot of things that we can learn from there. It is not only about sex.
So atinga twayaberenga CCH title in chapter 47 under the observance of God's holy Sabbath okulolesha imisungire yesabata twayaberenga muri chapter twalasanga ati teku kumana fye muchupo okolesa lekanya lero kwali bamuna po na fimbye futa tufire twachita muisabata if you're okay. So before you go, my brother, sister Chimuka, the answer has been provided. Any further questions or insights?
I've got a terrible cough, so I can't talk. But thank you very much.
Oh, okay. But okay, I'm sure you are satisfied with the response given so far. Okay, any other observation? So here we have Brother Moses Sakala online, Sister Chimuka, Sister Wumba, and Brother Brian Ngwenya. And also those of us that are here, any further? Okay, if there is none, then we have heard that it is not right for us to. I have asked them. Then it means we have known that sex is our own pleasure. Though it was created by God, it is not permissible that just because it was created by God, then we can indulge in it on the Sabbath, because that can be done on any other day than the Sabbath. So yeah, so let us especially go to Councils for the Church, page 261, and read more on those. Sure. Okay. If there is nothing, then we continue with the herbal terminologies. I can't see any for those online, because sometimes we can't see you. You feel free to just unmute and speak. Then we'll be able to hear. All right. Thank you.
Aphrodisiac was there.
No,
No, we didn't reach it yet. We haven't reached where somewhere up. Yeah. Okay. So anesthetic.
ati twala pamuti eweta ati anesthetic.
Those who are lost, we're looking at herbal terminologies.
Atukuli abo aba fulunga pamantu kwa twachira asuka kuli chile chipusho. Echisambiro chesu chirerolesha apamashina ayo ifimuti nangu imiti esho tuwonfya shitwa nangu esho shibomba.
Then the reason why we diverted in that aphrodisiac is the opposite of aphrodisiac. These herbs decrease or delay sexual desires. That's the reason now in this discussion, a lot of people began to ask issues pertaining to sex.
Ati mweba tusanga apatuperere mwasanga tichachirenga ti lilieri pusho lisangwepo ni pamandu wakwa twalelolesha pama shiwiyale itwa aphrodisiac ayale pilipula kwa ati imiti nangu ifyo tulinga bonfya ukuchefyako omubiri wa muntu ukufwa tiso ekyo mwasanga ati epo twalelolesha apa.
Yes, and we emphasize because the others that are sexually hyper, they call them nymphoma.
Ati imibere y'abantu twali babapusana ati kwali babambi abantu bali kwatisha sana amaka nangu bufwaisho bwabwe bwali basana pamulu so kwe bati buli obufwaisho bwiraba lufyanya enshita nenshita bafuire banwa ama anaphrodisiac kwe bati amaka nangu ubufwaisho bwabulali ati kaida tira chefyako ama desires n'ama feelings ayi ati imiti chefyako iliako ati pano onofye olowa muno omuntu amaka yaisa so ati nomba kwali bemiti chako ati sha chefyako those feelings ama desires n'ama feelings yali.
Traditionally, we were forbidden to eat eggs. Remember, the children, they were forbidden to eat eggs.
ati ngeffe twayishibwa tiryatwala ekula
Because they would make them grow fast.
ati pantu amani yalerenga omuntu okula
I'm talking of sexual.
kwate omuntu ama feelings yamba okwisa. I'm sure even I remember even at school, our headmistress would say, the food, the way you are saved, no one should give you extra salt. Yeah, you were told to say no one should give you extra salt because there was something that happened where people would put a lot of salt and then the boy.
Even in the army, there's a time when my wife had gone. She said, what is this? For the one for agriculture, is it a NES?
Yes.
Is it a NES? So they were meant to that recruitment, that period for recruitment for training. So they were not eating food with salt. They removed salt completely.
So Keagan Banda n'abakasiba bona bena balireko ku ZNS training ati so yenshi tabaire mu kusambirira kwefe balesa sambirira if you bale bika mu muchere.
Yes. So what they discovered, they were eating beans. You know how they eat there. You see beans without salt, cooking oil or anything. But he never experienced gases or anything, and the feelings. Because there, most of people who go there, they complain saying, "My feelings are they are curtailed."
So batwe bati kanshi panshita eyo baleria chiremba ati mwalishi bakulya iringi balya chiremba ati ba ife bakulya baleria balisanga chiremba so chalyanga ati kuli okumfa kwa mubiri kwati ukumbwe opposite sex ati filabwera panshi ati icho musanga ati abenge aba mu training ya military balesa mu kudandaula nga babulo kwata ine ife yakukumbwa aba umero kukumbwa abana kashama feelings na chitashani na yaya.
Anesthetic, it's what type of herbs or term that refers to herbs that numb. That for instance, you don't feel pain. The reason of numbing is in you not to feel pain. So those are called anesthesia or anesthetic drugs or medicine.
Ati kwali bemiti shirya ichireta ichifungala shimu muntu ichakwata omuntu aleke okumfa obukali nangu balemu bomberapo ati ishimiti esho beta ati anesthetic so miti shirya ishirenga kwati uleke okumfa obukali pamulandu ukuboko bakushitakwati kwabange ichifungalashi takukule mfukwati kobe.
So examples.
Spelling of anesthetic is A-N E. Sorry, ANAESTHETICS.
Okay. So now examples of anesthetic herbs. Because a lot of people, they know anesthetic drugs. For instance, they use cafimo, they use paracetamol, they use local diclofenac.
Ati abenge abantu nga twamfu obukali turabutukira okuwonfya imiti shikola shapala ba cafino ba panado na rufenaki.
Okay. Examples of herbs that are this. So here these they're not local. Let me give the ones that are local. The local ones is those who are chewa. There's ngoma malembwe. Ngoma malembwe. Okay, so there's ngoma malembwe or ginger. So ginger, ngoma malembwe. These are pain. Even in toothache plant, these are anesthetics.
Ati ishimiti batweba ati kuchipata bebaita tingoma na malembwe then twakwata pona ginger.
Yes, ginger they know it.
Ginger then na toothache plant kalaka kukanya kale shame no bukali. I think it falls in the same category with the clove.
Yes, clove.
So na baraba sanga amago mbali inonga pale kali so ati tulya ema example ekyakumwenako pamiti ishiresha obukali.
Okay. Others, they use a lot of tuma essential oils like tsunami. You know, tsunami, those tuma essential oils, they help with the numbing of pain.
Ati nabambi tuyita ti tsunami ati natwena tuleshako okukoleshako obukali mu mubiri wa muntu.
Yes, yes.
So anesthetic medicines are more like painkillers.
They numb it's not really painkiller. They numb the what?
Ati tayalesha obukali leero it's like twandifa ti yalaputula okutya buli obukali bwirawo nfuika mu mubiri wa muntu. In short, the pain is there but you can't feel it, right? Yeah, so that is the numbing. But pain killing is where you remove the pain. So
Killing the analgesic. I haven't reached the analgesic, which are painkillers.
Okay. So twampati yali ayalesha obukali baleeta kwati ma analgesic. Then ayapanga okunfa kwa chifungala shija kwati waleka okunfa obukali but obukali opo buli waleka fyo okunfa baleeta ti anesthetic medicine.
How do you pronounce this one?
Antiemetic.
Antidiabetic herbs.
Antiemetic or antiemetic or mint. Okay, antiemetic. Okay, the spelling for antiemetic is ANTIELMINTIC. Okay, tumfwe pronunciation.
Okay.
So about
Decision is that?
yeah, I'm sure it will. Oh, it was loading. It's still loading. I don't know.
Okay. So antihelmintic, it's basically medicinal herbs that kill worms or dispel worms. You call them deworming. For instance, others tell you saying you have to deworm after 3 months. Huh? Is it after 3 months?
Okay. Anthelmintic. So if anthelmintic. So ati uyu muti baletira anthelmintic nisho emiti ishirenga
they remove worms, parasites, fungus, and yeast.
Ati yafumya oh yeah, ayafumya insokanda, utushishi na
fungus nishi yeast nishi mchibemba. Yes. Yeah, many area yeast.
Okay, I think muye pe mu bukula mu Genesis muye mona Exodus palaba yati unleavened bread. So mumone palanga alianda pali unleavened bread yalalanga efo bayita yeast mu kibemba.
Okay, so these ones, they are known as the vermicides. Particularly examples of this one is the Darko, this is exotic, so it will benefit those people that are in the Western world or Eastern world. Golden seal also is exotic.
So efubale tweba ati ishimiti ishafuako okufumya insokanda notushishitumbi mu mubiri ati pali umuti obale itoko ati pau dakao na golden seed ati shishibiri abasangwa na shena bena fyalo muno mukwati mu Africa tamwawa.
Sister Cash is going, she can easily find it.
So ati abaninsi ku Bulaya kuti bashisange eshimiti ifimiti ifyeko fyalo.
Worm seed. So worm seed is local. Worm seed is the one they call wena.
Ati so muno mu Africa imiti nga twafako okufumya ensokanda tukwete lwena.
Okay, worm seed. That's the reason they call it worm seed. It's deworming as well. Okay.
Ati lwena kuti mwabonfya okutamfishako insokanda mu mubiri.
The mothers, they use it a lot for babies when they have fisesera. They will use it for musambika mwana, or they get that and be rubbing in their hair.
Ati abana mayo abengi especially ku baana barabonfya sana lwena okushinga nga otumwana ngana kwate fisese yakaire sign yakwati muli amawembe.
Another term is vonunka. They smell. Worm seed. So those people who wonder saying what is worm seed, just type this word worm seed and look at it on the net. You'll be able to identify it because we had the presentation on herbs, the pictures, identification of herbs. You can look at it there.
Ati fweba kwete amafoni ayakalamba kuti twalemba irishina ati worm seed. Then pictures yalamiretera nefyo akamuti kamoneka akwakatamfya ama worms mu mubiri.
Okay, so there's wormwood. Wormwood, we know this one, huh?
Wormwood ni shimche.
No, they don't. Yeah, a teaspoon drinking, and if you can use it externally in bathing, infusion, yes.
Okay, pali ili push okuli wa brother. Kukusubika omwana natumfa ati kumusubika pakisese yanomba nishira nshimbya omwinga bonfya so balesha okulonda bakigana tutimwa bonfya okunwa na kunse atsonga mule bonfya okunwa kubula teaspoon.
Yes, that is powder. So
ati so nga mwabula ka teaspoon kamo aka lwena iyauma ili muli powder na 50 mils nga muleko kama mils nishini 50 mils eyo mwinganwa aya lwena.
Very good, very effective. Yes, you can drink. Yes, you're deworming. Now you're deworming. Yes.
Ati nga mulefo okufumya ama worms kunwa.
I remember when we were at the camp, I think both. Yes. Yes, there's a time when now they produce a lot of seeds. There's a lot of leaves.
Yes. Ati inshita tulipo ino lwena ilefumya sana ama leaves. Ero kwali bane inshita nomba isa mkufumya ama seeds. So nga ninshita ya mabula kubula mabula mwayo mikabuno bwino then mwatwa mwabula teaspoon eo mwabonfyo kuna in how much quantity of water?
200 or 250 mils.
Ati tumwabula ameshi muri ka kapu akanono lero kechira 500 mils 250 mils to
so if it's
ati nga tulefu wa mwana tumufumye ensokanda kumupera half teaspoon ya lwena.
Yeah, what?
And if you have just green leaves, what would you do? Infusion?
Yes, it's the same. We're looking at infusion. So if you have to quantify which will make half teaspoon, if you've plucked the what? The green leaves. You have to quantify. You've understood? Mm. No, holy basil is not chan. Holy basil. We looked at it because the members they call holy basil as sulwena. That's the reason I emphasize is vonunga, worm seed. So when you get your phone, you look at it, worm seed. It's indeed to vijaonunga. Holy basil smells like Vicks. It's not your nunga. It smells nice. It has a good smell, okay? Or basil.
Ati kanshi paliwo kupusano pakati pa wormseed na holy basil. Ati abengi muchibemba eyo twita tilwena nilya inunka kwati ni Vicks. Ati ilya te wormseed yo. Ati wormseed yena ilanunka. So eyo kupusano bulipo. So wormseed yakwata akachena akakununka. Ilya mulanda ati holy basil yena inunka ivi. So kanchi paliwo kusana ekyo bakitubera ati nga twabula amafoni ensu ya twalemba fati wormseed in pictures yala tulanga ifyo akakamuti aketwa wormseed kamoneka.
Okay, so there's a time when you were at the camp. I think is it all of us were there? So there's a time when we were preparing food. Every time we'd put turmeric in the food. So a lot of now in the girls' dorm, worms started coming out.
Ati kwaliko inshita eyo twaliko ku kampu.
That is in Kapire.
Yatwali anda sale mtwaire ku Kapire
Kapire.
Chambulumina. Yes, kuchambulumina ati ilio twale ipike efyakulya twalebikamo sana turmeric mu fyakulya. Ati so abengi bayishire monafye kulokwali bana mayo balisanga ati abana
Yeah, there's a lot of deworming.
so twasangira kwati ilya turmeric yali sabomba ngeja kufumya insokanda.
So turmeric also is another example of deworming. It's what you call antiometic herb.
Ati kanshi nga mwanulesha pana turmeric yasangwa ati muti uinga twafwa okufumya insokanda mu mubiri.
Okay, the other one is ajwan. Ajwan is Indian. You can find it in the Indian stores. They know it. Cayenne pepper.
They are all for deworming.
Then the peppers we know them. Blue bells. Yes, all the peppers, they are also good. Then the best one is pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seed, very good for deworming.
Ati kanshi nechisuma sana ichafwa mukufumya insokanda ninseke sha fipushi. Ati shirafwa sana okuchita diwemu muntu.
See, even just on its own, because a lot of people would do what you call blend it and drink. Okay, but on its own is very excellent for deworming. You chew or you blend. If they are fresh ones, yes, if they are fresh ones, you can blend them and drink. So it will be beneficial for your prostate, mumala, if you have issues to do with it, and for deworming. That's how excellent the pumpkin seed. Yes. Okay.
Ati before we go further, Brother Kunda has a question and he's taking us back from where we started from. He wants to talk about the feelings.
It's the thing that
So the question is, now when somebody has hyper feelings or somebody has low feelings, as a Christian, is it right to either reduce the feelings or to increase the feelings by the use of herbs?
yes, yes, the reason why they do that is because in that area they mix the women with the what do you call, with men, so they don't want.
Okay, maybe for the sake of everyone. Okay, so ichi pusho wale pusho bakunda wale twanda batubwesha kunuma wale pusho ko bati ng'abakristu chintu ichisuma nga walikwata ama feelings obe yali apamuru bomfefe yako yabwesha panshi nangu nga yaya panshi pamuru nichi pamuna ndo kwati mkulanda kwesu twachilanda kwati kukapala ku ZNS bala bafumishamo umuchere mufi yakulya okutira ati ama feelings yabwe yabwere panshi so nomba bale pisha echo then bakika ni bayasuka ati nga mwalolesha kulya ku ZNS tuleranda bala basankanya abaume n'abaana kashi.
Yes, so they don't want sexual activities in that.
Ati echo babwesesha panshi ama sexual feelings nicho ama feelings yali mu muliro y'omumuro nishita kwa kabe training tayakabombe kukaba training imbi so efo bachitire efyo mkwala.
Okay, and when you look at it in the home is that we are given saying there shouldn't be sexual excess. Okay, so if there's I want to finish. Yes, okay.
For example, that's what sex issues so
So Brother Kun continues, is it okay then, having learned these things, that since we have children in our own homes and their feelings could be hyper, is it okay as Christians to help by reducing foods that are able to increase their sexual desires so that they are not falling prey to promiscuity around us? So then muchibemba fo bale pisha bakunda fya kwati since natukwata abaana abaume n'abakashana mumayanda yesu then nga twamulendo abengi ubulalirale nabukiramo baleyamba bakiri abaana abanono ati bushe kukikyabe ekisuma ifo mumayanda yesu twamba okubapeera abaana ifyakulya ifire ekyefya okukwata ubufwaisho olwo ya ulunkumbwa lwa bulalirale so ekipusho bale pisha bakunda so bakigani bale batine njasuke ati emukwaye efo twasambiriye parati that's why tulesambira kwa twali bana mabiti shafwa tekwe bati tupende okupusano tatulenda ati firepa ya ama feelings filana shako so that umuntu ngani stage ya kukula pose fyamano ngali sikulu ngali kufya kwalesa taraupa filemu afwa ngefo fine bachitwa ZNS na kwena fila wafwa kuba kwati abaume utare tondonga japo mwana kashi ati wala fika na past stage ati wala sambira na pamo sometimes ukimu uso jaga shona kama kja tamuneposa kwa maana pamuna ndo kwati filefi ya kufuaisha tapali chani tapali emkwaye so epo batira tuwe representative fona kuti tuwafurisha kwa abana kubafumya muri imbera pandu ngamwa mwishona kuti ati iso tire baletere abanero mule balungisha so tero mairo mwasanga aline efumo olonapera efumo omukona tetsa chumfu eki kanshinishi namwe mwali kitako contribute. So in answer we are seeing that as Christians, you asked from there? Okay, let me just interpret. Okay, so as Christians, we see that we can help protect our children from vice by giving them foods that are not high on making them more desirous or having feelings after the opposite sex. Okay, or if they have or they are not yet married, they should be encouraged not to partake of those foods that will make them high in sexual feelings. It is another is a question of contribution.
Also, the response contribution. Also, I would like to bring this thought to the discussion to understand to say a human being is not like a machine where you can think up a plane, then you start playing until the battery finishes. So we have systems in the human body that run concurrently.
Okay. Kandi okweba ati nga twalolesha wa muntu ati tawaaba nga kimashini ichakweba ffe ati nga mwaisa tindika ffe ati tampa okubomba tikyalamba ffe okubomba ffe continuously ati omubiri wa muntu wena walikwata ifi afiirisha ife walanda ama systems.
Yeah, so one of them is the endocrine system, which deals with hormones.
Palito niyo twita ati endocrine system iyo ibombera pama hormones.
Yeah, which is, I don't know what fraction would give it to the whole system of the function of human body.
Ati tabeshi bempendo barayipera okulingana n'efe omuntu omubiri wa muntu wonse ubomba.
So we'll talk of the nervous system, we'll talk of the thought, we'll talk of the muscles, we'll talk of the blood, we'll talk of all those things that compose, that work together to make a human being function as a human being.
Ati kwali bama systems ayapsa
and so if we look at what we're dealing with the aspect of both physical and spiritual encounter.
Atikanisha pa ilio tuwe kwate chitsambiriro tulelolesha pa fintu ifi kumine ifi akumupashi elo nefi akumubiri.
So in pointing out just one thing to be a solution will be a decision.
Ndati pali ichi bife akumupashi efi ngabomba ni shitule ibepa nangu ifi akumubiri fi efi ngabomba ni shitule ibepa.
And then hence we see that we would think that a solution which is being suggested is not effective because we're not keeping it in balance with other things that affect one's decision towards what we're trying to fight against.
Atikanisha ichonga tuwasala pofia nshiraimo nishitule ibepa pamulandu wako ibati nishitatuvikile kwa ifi kumine ilia pantu keza zangati tulefirwa okufikirisha vile twapanga twasalire.
So in the same line, I would like to also consider I would say an opinion or a theory of ZNS analysis to say they'll give them thought, and then because it's an environment that is strictly controlled, and when people are controlled in a certain way, even how they think, even how they react will change, not because only they ate. So in that also we see that even in Christians, when we confine the mind, the things we feed the head and what we perceive is what we get to react. And not because we ate a lot of eggs, which is wrong, or because we ate a lot of the other term for herbs that bring feelings. We ate a lot of that. Because if you look at, for example, ginger is something that would recommend for everyone every day. So, but we say because it brings those feelings. So it's but we say even with one taking ginger, if the mind itself is being fed with information that's leading to certain reaction, we're not going to point ginger to say because someone eats ginger, but would think maybe someone, or would maybe the reason can be the overuse of the phone, or maybe exposure to certain information. So it's a synergic balance.
Okay, valande fingi naraisho okulanda ko tabachimpera chance na chesho kuimya okuboko na mwana vya abaleya. Okay, so vanelse ne valera tenesi tababapera omuchere then twachita conclude ati kuli okushirya omuchere ekwalengo kwati amafeeling yapone nishtwashako fimbi ati tuye twalunda pono kutera ati nakunche ndioko babapere kulya nefo bale bafunda kulya nafye nafiralundapo ukufumya amatontonkanyo pabulalelale so twamona ati kanshi umuche ukufumya kwa muchere nafira bale ekitamulya baberere mu environment fire yafuirisha ekyo bale ekireto kweba ati naifwe bene kwali kuti abonfya jinja tukushenga tuwapera omuntu jinja nishyala mubulalelale ati chirenga chakwati nishinatu kusapo fimo so ekyo batanda ati mass systems ati ilio mwamona kwati ukushirya ifileta ama sexual feelings kuli ukwayana mumone nokweba amatontonkana yena yakwate fyale tontonkana yapo ifile mifimya mukutontonkana palifishi pabulalelale aponi shi chire yafa so ekyo ndati kanshinga twasambira kwebati kinga kwirisho nishoga twaliko kulyefe ati kwali benshitanga twaleba abantu ati jinja isuma ushenga baleria jinja then amatontonga babika kuti bali fokula nishi palepo bali rufyanya but nga bale bonfya jinja mushire yene bakasanga ati jinja yaine ila afurisho kuchita boost but pamwe ndo kati tete bale ilira balesanga ati amatontonga ntaye kuchita boost nishi I don't know.
Yes, I think you will. And then I think on that I close. Then the two other points I would also like to bring out. Yes, that's why I'm notifying you to say if I can do that. I have two other points if I can do that.
Oh,
can take
okay. So brother Nelson nabapera if wale tontonka nyapo pali ichi then wakigana wanda to hilo tamula kuli chimbi linduti chatu tuwala kumbi. So I don't know you have any comments
Because those people who missed our lessons, there are a lot of herbs that the spiritual prophet stated that our children should not be taking.
ati kuli abo abashasangireko mufisambiro twalesambirira atwasangirira fimo ifyo abana besu tabafuire balya.
She called them spices.
Ati alandira ati nefi efyo twita ati ama spices.
She was even giving them the names. Like for instance, she would say nutmeg, so would also include ginger, clove, what else? Cinnamon. You can read them. They are there. She says that these ones they would make someone to be committing. If they are those young, they would be doing what you call secret vice or masturbation. I think that was the title when we were looking at masturbation.
Okay, so brother Keagan baisho kulondolo kwe bati mama white mumakambisho yakwe ali twe bati ilio trepike efya kulya efya kulya ama spices engi apo basosere na spices efya para ginger ukwe bati ama spices nga tulipera abana yala leta muri beno kwamba okuchite fintu efya mumfisolo ifishawama efya paranga masturbation. So wanda tichirenga nifo fine tubabikira mufya kulya.
Okay. So the focus on this subject, we are not really focused. We can focus on the mind, but the issue, the focal point, because there are issues where a person is, for instance, had the case of someone who had the issue of, let me just narrate. The scenario was like this.
Okay. So babra Keagan wali andati ichisambiro tukwete apa tachile lolesha pambera ya matontonganyo ya muntu ati lero chena efo chilesho kutufunda kulolesha pa fintu fimonge falefo kupera example iyo ifya chitike.
There was a certain man, he lost the wife.
Ati kwaliko omuntu umo ali lufya abakashi bakwe balifwa.
Okay, so what happened is that whenever he had sexual activity, he was not releasing.
ati yena instashonse esho ale kumana n'omwana kashumbi talefikapo.
Okay. He was not releasing. It came because he had it for years. That's that condition. So the issue of that one, if you narrate, you get the story, you'd see that the issue is not to do with his hormones.
Ati uyu mwaume ichalesangu atena ichalelenga ati era afikapo kwa ati alefumya ifyabwaume bwino nipako ati ichichashu ichakuchingwa na tena alikele nacho emyaka eyingi so nomba tulefu atumfo ichalengere.
Okay, so he had chikongo, like what do you call that? Rage. Chikongo mumtima over the whenever he's doing the activity, he would think of the late wife.
Ati kanshi ichalelenga kwa ati iyo ena alino mwana kashumbi nga ambo kumana nankwe ati ama tontonkanyo yaleisa mumitu mwakwe yabakashi bakwe pamulandu kwa ati ali kwete onko ifyo bafuire abakashi bakwe.
Okay, so when he identified the problem, there was no need of giving him anything because that's where the problem was. Then he needed to sort that out.
Ati kanshi neryo baishire mushupa nishaje ati yale kumana n'omwana eicho takwali ichali efwai kwa kwati bamuperepo n'omuti wakwati uyo omwafu panto filya fyali mu mutu wakwe so kumwe bafifaliro kuchita then fya mwafu.
Okay. So then there's another example that we had. There's a certain woman, they removed the ovaries. You know those that sometimes they remove the uterus and the two ovaries. When you go to
ati kwali bako bana mayo bambi nga bamona ati tabalifu okula afyala ati bambi bala mukufumisha mulimu bala putuisha.
So meaning there, the endocrine system, it will fall. For instance, the release of the hormones, progesterone and estrogens will be affected when they have removed those.
Ati so echo kisanga kwati nga twarolesha pali endocrine system iyo ileta ama hormones ayo ayalipo na progesterone nango.
Yes, but that is because when you look at it, umuma egi kuli hormone ile fuma ku brain ile langa kuti ati hormone ya mwana kashi ipangiwe maumfa. Okay, then I hormone ya mwana kashi ile tandi kuma feeling system.
Okay, so what we are being told is that in the brain there is a hormone that is produced that helps to produce the eggs also, to help the eggs in the woman, but this hormone also helps in the feelings of the woman.
Yes,
yeah.
This hormone, particularly if you want to know it, is a follicular stimulating hormone. Follicular stimulating hormone. Okay. So these they regulate mwanakashi.
Ati if yafwa
so there's a certain woman that they removed. So she had issues to do with low immunity and low sexual drive.
Ati ilio bamufumisha efi ena buli obufwaisho bwabaume bwali ya panshi ero kabiri na omubiri kukwata okulwishanya nefi mufirengo omubiri kukwata ushikwata amakana fena fya lisabwera panshi ati immune system yalisabwera panshi.
No matter how mental she would think, she can use whatever thing because you know, so you have to understand that's the reason entering which you tell you saying logic. Okay, if there are no necessary things to boost what you call the hormones, no matter how the mind or no matter what you think, it cannot redeem. So there has to be
so batera mayo ilio baishiremu fumia tulotu twakufumia amani ilio akwete okushikwata amaka yafuirisha okumfa amafiri okukwata defense system yakosa ati nangula naikala atontonkanye efingi sana pakukumana n'omwaume ati tafyalevo mba pamulandu wakwati takwete chakumwafuisha ati eicho nga mwana kuli entare ngweji ile twesho okutweba okweba ati kwali benchita isha kubonfya nomba amano okusenda nomba file finga afuirisha ati ngatatule bonfya file finga afuirishako amano paeka teti yafwe kuti watontonganye folefwaya but ngatapali fyako afuirisa tafyabo.
For instance, wakujuba kwendo, then uganize kuti kwendo.
Chimono kwe bati nganaba kuputura okuru olwo utontonganya ati ninkwata okuru weshe wimba wasanga ukuru takuli.
You understand that? Huh? So that is where logic applies. So here we're looking at herbs that will, of things that will help you to supply, because we have, if you've been in the field a lot, you'll see a lot of people, no matter how they think, as long as the sexual drive has gone low, takuli umuntu ali sazani are just in a racid chani state.
Ati kati twalimonapo abantu abatontonkanya sana tituwasasa ngati umuntu ngachako bati ifya kutontonkanya pali bana mayo olonga mwawo fyalipona takwete fya kustefi vyonse otolwana mayo tibachitefi lifyonse fya kwati bambitwanda tawe apapena tibaipakisha tulesanga yena ta pali nangu chimwe chile chitika pantu akumwafu kwati akwatele amatontonkanya yakubonfyana mayo mulile chitata chani fyalifwa.
That's the reason. So this is not to discredit that we cannot disconnect the mind and the physical. So these are in correlation. So you have to know when to intervene when it's the mind issue, and you have to know when to intervene when it's the body or the physical issue.
Yeah, so apparently twaneuso ntubaisa nama points yabiri yambie walefo kulandako lero weshibo kwati chitsambiro tulesambira chena chile turanga fye kwati ifintu ifyafwa nangu ifyo mwinga bonfyanga mwakwate imbera temkwe bati nishitulera ndati tapali ukubonfya amano.
Thank you so much. I also want to bring these 2 points in line with our study. There's a question that Sister Olivia asked of, no, I don't know if it was Sister Olivia or from someone behind, of the combination of, it was Sister Olivia said, combining that herb and onion. I don't know, just forgotten.
Okay, pumpkin seed. Okay, ati ilio twachiranda wachumfapo bankashi wa Olivia wachireta po amashu ya kulanda ati nga mwabulike shafi pushi ati nga mwaisa sankanya ko na onioni fira afuirisha sana so epo balifo kulanda ko fimo.
So in trying just to help us to understand the I'm trying not to use terminologies and not to be technical, but there is with herbs there are chemicals inside which are natural and they are saturated.
Ifo kulanda po abakalamba apa ni fifa kutira ati tabalifo kubonfya amashiwi ayapa mulu sana lero kuleta amashiwi ayapa lwalala ayakwati bonse tumfwe ati nga mwabula ifiba chilanda kwati imbuto ishafi pushi then na mwabula na anyense ati ifi mulesa ngati muli imbuto shilesha ishafi pushi mwali bako fimo mukati ifyayana na muli onyo na mwene ifyayana ifishaona olwo nangu ifishabomfishiwa the weight.
So those chemicals have got a synergic effect such that when you mix them, they're able to combine and then make something stronger.
Ati so kansha chwalera ndapo chakoti aya manani ama aya maka aya bamuli imbuto eshi nga mwaya sankanya ati yali kwatako omo yakumanina no kusankana bwino ukupera na maka.
Maybe ngomanda imbuto
no, I'm just saying that point imbuto because of the
maybe let's say herbs.
Okay.
Let's say herbs. Like generally herbs, there are chemical substances inside which are unsaturated, such that when you mix them, let's say mix ginger and lemon, those two combine and they give
Yeah, so now you have given an example. Kai, when you were asking, you gave the example of Sister Olivia. So that's why I was biased to the the seeds of the pumpkin and the what, because that's where the question was. Thank you. Okay, but to evati kanshinga twabula fye ishimiti esho tukwete eshiri shonse ati nga twasankanya ati muri shimiti kiramuti uli wonse walikwata amaka ayo yakwata so nga yasankana na umbi umuti yalakwata okupeera amaka ayakirirepo.
So it's like Mongo combined two batteries. So the power is increased in the effect they will give to the body, and even in the use of those elements in the body. And
so if somebody shokulanda fyakwe ati chimonga firamu wabula amabwe mchibe mbanda fyati amabwe ama batteries ati nga mwabika yabiri yala nga mwaya connecta buno yala pera na amaka. Then nefe yala bomba kula kunse fyala moneke efikalamba sana na ngwino okuchira nga mwabomfya I battery mwati so chimo chine efyo na mahebs ya chitanga mwaya sankanya yabiri yala kwata okupera amaka eyo tete mumone pantu yaba mukati muri ya shiremiti mulebo.
So in preparation of herbs, there's also a point I'm bringing. So there's a synergic effect in combining herbs in dealing with a certain in dealing with medication use. So if you combine maybe shan and shan, it becomes stronger than just the use of sing or like we're trying to bring out.
Atecho bale shokulanda takwe wati neri tulesa mbirira pakuti ayama herbs yala pera amaka ati tulishibe kwati kwali wako nenshiteya kwati yali amaka ayangasangwa muri imo hebu kuti yabaya anono lero nga mwayisankanya kone inankwe yali ayeni amaka yafuira okupera n'okuposha ekyo mulefu okuloleshapo yalaba kwati yalundwapo apo kyabomba bwangu.
So yeah, that's the point. That's why I look at Nangma tincture, we find we mix a number of herbs and then the effect is stronger than if one was to be used.
Ati chimo china afya tumfanga twapanga ma herbal tinctures okwebati yalafwa okwati yapera amaka kuli kire ekyo mulebombera.
Then the last point, something I observed with irrigation farming, of the experience I had some time back, some few months ago, find that maybe explain afterwards. After you water, just naturally, there's a certain herbs that grow, which we say they grow only in rainy season. So what I got to observe is that for as long as we water our gardens, these herbs, which we call seasonal, will be available to us all year round for our use. So that's why I was talking about the balance. If we're going to have a balance in even running our home garden, be surprised that these herbs we only see in rainy season, we have them every day for our use. So the balance of everything, like the use of natural herbs, like home remedies, find these herbs are just right now in our backyard. Only if we can put the whole system of lifestyle together. Small garden for ourselves, we'll be able to have these herbs that we call seasonal herbs. Thank you.
Okay, so ati lyabachira tufunda bakigana chanda ati kwali bako ama herbs yambi tuyamunafe yamenafe munshita yanfula ero tayasangwa munshita shimbi ati kanshinga chakwati ifwe twalisambirira okulayitirira kirabo shikupanganda pamweso ati ngamenshi yalesangwa na fyonse filesangwa na yali ayina mahebs tulanda ati yali yamena fenshita yanfula tukasanga ko ati olonika garden kutikabaka anono na mwena kuti yalesangwa yalemena pamuna ndo wako ati ifirengo ko ati yalemena filesangwa ishonze balekeresha kompani.
Okay. So it is very true that if you are watering your garden, you see a lot of them growing. You see dandelion growing, bondwe, amaranth, that is the bondwe, to start growing, and a lot of them. So it's very true. Then the other point is
okay, ati chachi ne tbalanda banyosoni nga muleitirira pamyenu mukasanga ati ifirefi mena fenshita yanfulana myona muibala lye tukarasanga basanga bondwe bakalamena lion itina ina maisanga ilemena ati chachine efo chili. Then number kuliko
And there's another point, that point. If we have time, we're going to look at it because we went to another subject, that is preparation of herbs. There's preparation of herbs where you have to know which herbs to mix with what. Okay, so that the efficacy and potency is increased. Okay, that's what.
kanshi bachiapo mu kisambiro chimbi ichiroresha efyo mwinga panga imiti shenu ukubomfi timuli ichi nachena chisambiro chimbi echo twinga kwa tenshitaimbi ya kukirondolola efyo mwinga mono kwati kushe kwebati umutu yukalipe olo kwate amaka nifi kuti mwasankanya mutinshi na mutinshi pakwati mkwate amaka ayo murefu aya.
So for example, I can give the example is there's what we call adjuvant. Adjuvant in the other is just a medical term to help.
Ati ngama umfama sungu waleti ati adjuvant nishwarera ishikwete ukwa ishinga fuirishako.
So if you want, for instance, curcumin or cumin, curcumin from turmeric. You know, curcumin, it works against cancer. That is found from turmeric. Okay, you want it to work. That chemical, you want it to work so that it blocks cancer. Often adding the adjuvant, the vehicle that will make it work.
So atkwali bako ngamwaro resha pali aka ayo yakwata ayafuirisha mukukosha cancer. Lero pakola timlefu amwafuirisheko yalya kulaba ayakubikako kwati tyapishitike waita adjuvant. So ati ngamwasango omutinga mwabikako yena yabomba ukukosha cancer.
So that one will look at it better when you are looking at preparation of herbs.
Ati area shirimbiro bachileta kwa brother Nelson ati nalie nalikankala tukesa limona tulesha pobuno bwino ero tukala mona paku pangama herbs yesu bwino bwino.
So I don't know if now you'll be getting the rains.
Okay, so here it is raining. Fwe bali muno kuliko enfula, so I don't know. Ngamwe bali muno mulewumva wena bali pa online cyangwa bino tunze ko turerana akantu kala bakuri informa ndwa malata ati ngate ifyo tutwaisa compare pinkwai. Okay,
I'll be able, I'll try to shout.
Keagan so ati if infla ireroka tule umfwana.
I have got it. I have got it.
I don't think so. Okay, so I don't know for those online I know but here it is difficult. The rains are a bit heavy, so people here cannot get what Keagan is trying to say. But maybe you can. Okay, God has answered.
Okay. So there's another term or terminology, anodine.
Okay, twaisa pali imbi ishina lya miti ewe tati anodine.
Okay. So these herbs are pain relievers.
Spelling A-N-O-D-Y-N-E, anodine.
So it's like, for instance, you asked me saying that anesthetic, is it another term? Is it painkiller? No. Anodine or analgesics, these are painkillers or pain relievers.
Ati kanshi ngatwaosanga walera ndati anodine atwale pirulo kwe ati ni shiri emiti isi chefyako ubukali Esho beto kwebati ma analgesics.
So you've understood now. So the example is ginger, cedar, barberry, and other things that you know, those that relieve pain. Cedar and the barberry.
So kanshi
Yes.
CEDAR, yes, cedar. Okay. So ati pamitisho ishafirisha ukulesha ubukali. Paba na ginger, paba na cedar, then paba na barberry. Then ishafirisha kukulesha ubukali, ukukanya ubukali.
So there are many more. You know, if the ones that you find in books is there's chamomile. No, chamomile is not local. You have to be knowing because I know what is lacking in the herbal industry, that the books that we read, there's a lot of books that we are reading which are not local.
Kanshi amashina yengi nangu imitishi ngeso tusanga nga tuleberenge empapulo eshapusana balemba amashina alya asangwa muno mu Africa. So abengi kuti basanga ati nga nawo berenge buku ama herbs wale kupera tayasangwa mu Africa. So pali bakofera ati bali ba bias towards kubusungu than kuno ku Africa.
Yes. And you can understand them because they can't write something that they don't have. They have to write something that they know.
Ati so nawe na balembe efintu ofo bakwete kulya baba so teti balembe efintu ofo tabakwete.
Now, I don't know because of the miseducation or because of what, I don't know what Michael Sata said that they have a panel of bitterness in our mind. What is happening now is that the local ones still are choosing these ones, the ones who've learned in the books.
Ati, like it has once been said that most of us, we have lost our thinking capacities on the things that we have around. Because now we have been fine-tuned to look at those things that the other people would recommend.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so mlesangati nefimu tefo twakwata kuno tatuposa kona amani. Okay? Na example ningaperako ni you got Minister of Iceland that African potato na ikwate fintu finga family HIV/AIDS. Then the Minister of Health alikuwa ati if you leranda tafya ba approved na UN. Mwangwa not that if you leranda tamuli muri African potato hemophilia lero ba UN tewashitashani tewashita approve. So file tulesanga tulasula efyo tuinga bonfe pamuna ndokwa tulero ati bali aba bakutweba anti wakalanda necho kuti mwabonfya ati epali ubwafya.
Remember that? He has to say, manje vaja kapena vare chitisha oro bubwe mu street. Kutachita ni bubwe. Yes, it's a bubwe. You have to fight. Because it's the actual bubwe. So what they are doing, they are helping us. They are selling the local. But if they've repackaged it and put it in capsules, muma drugstore, we believe more than the you understand that? Hey.
What we are learning is this, that there was a question that was asked. So we find people everywhere, they are selling these so now Brother Mwale was asking, say, can we go and buy? So Brother Keagan, I remember he answered to say, if you know how it tastes and it is the correct one, you can buy because they're just helping you to bring it closer. But now what has happened that if we church tikachakwa vali senda benanga batupanga vavula filafine efimuti then vavika mu capsules mulaya mu drugstore nokushita kuno kunatoa FF. So ati mindset yesu baliona ola. So ati nombanga imagine wasasanga bakiga na bakwata ila ine the same herbs that are in capsule forms then mena bafisendere mu n'abasende emishira mwala kutukati ifina vyene vyakwe.
That's what they say, because there was a time when looking at the blazer have it in that it works a lot of things. Mleza. Or let me just talk of kankalamba.
What is mleza in English?
Mleza they don't have. Actually, I don't know if they even know it. Okay. So mleza is a tree. Then where would make a flower? It's a plant. It's a small flower. It's a tree.
Chimuti icharura sana.
So ine nikachireta chicha chanachireta maruti muzaniseka. But there's a certain woman, she said, this one actually is the one they use like for us, like aspirin. It works like aspirin. So use it for my painkiller. So we gave someone who was diagnosed with arthritis. She was using, then she saw a lot of improvement. Just muleza. Okay? But your manager muleza, nikaista pound naika macaps. You will not know what it will work. Just like Ellen White, the way she was talking of charcoal, saying charcoal, if I was to put in capsules and put a fancy name and put whichever amount people would buy.
But so alafu wale tuwe ati ififi mutinga mwafisenda filafine fo fyaba aya mahebs nga mwasenda filafine yaba abantu bali kwatako iminsula kulifilya ati lero yalene amahebs nga mwayasenda mwayabika mu capsule form n'okubika kono omutengo okulu abantu baleese olubiro ati kimo kinena sister White filala ndepo ati ayene amalasha yalabumba sana ku bintu bifingi. But nga twaleta amalasha atule mipera abantu tabaposa kwa amani. Ati ubushikutuka bula amalasha ali n'okuyalonga mu capsules n'okubisa epere eshineri kalamba sana n'okubika kono omutengo abantu bakeesa olubiro kwamba tanatusanga omuti ukali sana kanshefo baleno nifira fili basuula ifili malasha.
Wanaisura manje.
Even drinks. So brother Daniel Mwale wale yadingo kutira ati abantu balapapusha nga mwabe bati itembusha lisuma balalanda tete ndiye fyalula nomba natumona pa market itembusha nalisa munshilesha kusana moyisanga balanda aloe vera drink aloe vera sha so bazira to afisume kansha cyo bale butu kanchira chine cyo bakwatana pa mayani kanofe kube omutengo
no wait cola. Education is power, because the person would rather eat pork, because my capsules to the near gelatin, then a person would rather take that, buy a pound, so that ninama. It's all of them that ninama. So there's another one they would use unless they've used, it's very rare that they use agaga. Agaga is it's very rare that they use. So the majority they use gelatin, not agar. So if they say gelatin, it means it's meat. You understand?
So at kanshi tuloto tusanga oto bapangira ama capsules so tupapa tulya atiringi efo babomfya tufuma kunama ati kanofe nga mwasanga ati baliranda ati ni agaga ero mwinga sumina to inishibafumya mu fisangwa mu menshi efo bapangira so nga mwasanga fe ati baliranda ati ama capsules make up ni gelatin.
antacids. So there's what you call antacids. Antacids still vijama gulisa vija polygel, matolama gases, omeprazole. We buy those things, especially us. Okay, we buy. So they help to neutralize excess stomach acid.
Ati kanshi next ishi nayo turesanga herbs niyo batira ati antacid. Ati so omuntu ng'ali omufo mumala namwisulira kwatina ati ishi emiti ishibomba ukwafirisha. Ati fwebe ngitura kutukula kuchipatala balatupera emiti ishakuwafa kuma gases. Ati so shiri emiti bashita ati antacid. Yeah.
So what you do, please, when tutuziwa tu muleza kankalamba, even majani viva vizungu. Kankalamba, or kankalamba mugaziwa la kolula. Ni kolula so. Mfita jeka pinji so. Kankalamba. Mugaziwa?
Muchibemba kankaleka chani.
So imuza je muleza. So muleza.
Okay, so meaning echisambiro chesu this our lesson needs still maybe herbal identification in pictures, and maybe we also try to find these names. Okay, like nowadays Google sometimes can be able to give names. Yes, so when we go to Google and say what is kankalamba in English, it will tell us some.
Correct. Yes. Because ungakaone uona frati uzapeza chikuru chiruti. Wakumba nitu nono. Nikena nkabini yako. Very good. These are the local, are the ones that we can find. But if I give you this at marshmallow root, stizazi. Sweet flag at least is there. If you mena masweji filia, ma sweet flag. Mena. Okay, but the roots, most of people, they don't know that they use the roots. Yeah. The ones are the ones that know a lot. These are the ones that we've been using. Fiamumala. So, and the muma bases, they again use the babado or jathropa. Jathropa seed.
According to Google, I asked Google to say what is kankalamba herb in English translation. So Google says, based on the provided search result, it is kansamba, which appears to be a variant of kankalamba in Zambia, refers to tephrosia.
Okay, so it says tephrosia. So we have just to sit down and look at what tephrosia looks like versus what kankalamba looks like. Then we'll be able to verify if it's the one.
So at in Lozi, it is called kavomba. What you call kavomba also in Pemba? Kavomba. That is in Lozi. You know it. Oh, you see?
It's not the
Then it's not the one. No, then it.
that is
No, then it means
it is not the one.
Interpreted is
It's not the one. Because there's a lot of misinterpretation on the net when it comes to the herbs.
If you got what I'm saying, them they are giving options. Says based on the provided search result, it says kansamba, which appears to be variant of kankalamba in Zambia, refers to tephrosia. 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 So if we go to the dictionary, Google ayo nga mwalemba fe yone tephrosia in pictures, then muchite compare ngefyo muliranda efyo, that's when you say efyo.
Okay, so there's another one for gases. You use the plantain mwizo, not plantain banana, because the others waona chichira chi plantain chichire fuma kuna konde plantain banana plantain plant very good for gases filemena like rain season apa filefo koma ikasira zu mvula fima mena so kuja kwa manzi plantain plant it's very good for gases as well
That's all.
na aloe vera ano
So what possible?
Lemonica.
We have a lot of pictures that you have given. So about this one.
It doesn't grow. It grows down like similar like this.
Hapo kulia kali punch na wewe wacha kana kila kafi kwa kale
Lemonica kwa hapo.
ya kwa kale in the punch. Aka. Hai? Come in. Keagan, come in.
Because it grows just down like that. The leaves are brought up.
Ako kai na.
It's supposed to be down. This was it married into more. Come on, Krana cool. Like the ones that are like round like this. Then can cut pants.
Okay, then that's why I was proposing that maybe herbal identification is still needed so that we come with these herbs and see them again. Or better still, maybe when we go or to camp, we go for herbs, just look at them as they grow naturally.
Yes, yes.
And then you just say, oh, India herb, so at least when we see them, we'll not forget
Like
them.
in the field, then you'll be able to identify to see the plants. Because sometimes when I bring it, even though you pass it, you
will not know it, kind if it is plucked. But when you see it naturally, the impression remains. Yeah. Okay, we continue.
Also, the other one that you can use for antacid is tempusha tima uzinga for antacid. Others magasi ya mufu utatembusha mbera ulesi kugula. Amina mbera ulesi plucking afuna kugula afuna ndo gula kea. Plantain. Aloe vera plantain. If you have plantain, it will be a benefit for you. You use plantain and combined with the aloe vera. Not plantain banana. Plantain banana is in the vinako. Plantain ka plant ka. Yes, very excellent. Yes. Okay. It's the most talked herb. Any is it back to Eden by Jethro Cloves? This one bilious, antibilious herb or antibolus herbs. These herbs combat a person's nausea. Here we know them is in the drug industry. Antibilious. Antibilious, the way I've pronounced it, that's the way it's supposed to be. Antibilious. Okay. So these herbs combat nausea, stomachache, and other bilious symptoms, excessive secretion of bile. So we can use these ones. These herbs combat nausea, stomachache, and other bilious symptoms that are caused by an excessive secretion of bile. So one time when I gave you a bonus on how to cleanse the what you call gallstones, remember, because gallstones has this effect where a person appeared astachand achosavima
Vonunga.
You understand? Okay. So if you take that method of cleansing, you want to cleanse the gallstones, because every person has gallstones if they haven't cleansed. So there's a point when you have to cleanse, to remove the gallstones. At the hospital, they don't know how to cleanse. They just say operation or leave them.
Okay, so apart from pamiti choishitwa antibilious ati ishi nishiria ishikwata okulishanya na filia ifikalipa mumala ero kabiri na filia ififumya kwati can I say ifikolala sometimes ifikolala ififumya waletera ati iki kirafwa okufumya iki kyonse ifituma mulandu wakwati amafuluzi yamala yali yafula nomba tayakwetukwakuya so kulaba okufumya fifumya kwati mumamine fofine tulandire ya so at ema antibilious.
Okay. So examples, you can look at castor oil, olive oil twalishiba, castor oil twalishiba, or mono twalishiba, right?
At so at if yafuilisha ko bimu ati okubonfye mono then tifyafuilisha okufumya
Castor oil, Epsom sumaizivi, and which one? Apple cider vinegar or lemon.
ipo ilengeishwa lemon ye yafuilisha mwesanga tulonga na kukwata kulaba tuyamba okufumya yeah so
Okay. Then antibiotic.
ati kwalibanga musipatala bandata nawampera kwama antibiotics so vyatumpati antibiotics nishvalera ndapo.
Okay, so this one, it inhibits or kills the growth of bacteria. That's what it means.
Antibiotic ni uli omuti ulenga ati nga kuli utule
Yes.
You haven't heard what? That's what he was saying. He was talking. Oh, yeah. Didn't you hear of castor oil? Where did you go? Okay.
Olive oil, Epsom, the lemon.
Even lemon, those are the ones that.
Yes, and the lemon. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, palm
Pamono mulepanga oil.
oil. Yeah, suba.
Yakuno.
Yeah,
Kukilina. Kusafia ile kilina tuma gallstones. Tulekala kuma gallbladder. We're talking of gallstones, not kidneys.
because we
Not just ropa, not babadosit. Mono bena bale bomfya kubiri. Bale bomfya ku family planning na kukilina mara. Kukilina not tuyatuma seed wale chitani jathropa, babadosit. They are different from amona seed. Simonoseed. Ni jathropa or babadosit. Correct. Tupa badosit. Then kuli mono na yena ile bali nyomba hospital bale shitisha ya constipation ile tulisa na yena. So people, they are not selling that. So wale watenga tulietwamene tumba badosit. They are ones they are selling. Unless bala that ni more, but babadosit from alpha. All of them, they work is similar. Jathrop na mono yale bomba similar. It's the way they look. The way they look. To mono, they are bigger. Yes. No. They totally different. The plant, they don't look the same. Mono. So I'm talking of the plant identification of Jathrop and mono.
Imono moshabera mitundu ya
Because umono ule kuli ulia wa red kuli wa green wa mona, they look the same. Then but tuma seed. But when you talk of Jathrop plant, when you mukayangana, Jathrop plant, it can even grow. It's a tree, it can grow. Imono si tree. Maufaka? Imono si tree.
Jathrop, they even planted me wa Munarura Western Province. I don't know, they discovered a land that was in there. You remember where they were doing a Jathrop plantation?
So you understand that? Because imono today wonfya kufingi sana. Then Jathrop chile kola ni poison. Today chile kola. So today wonfya na caution. Understand that? So when you check them on the net, mzao not feel different. You understood now? Huh? Okay. Up now on the net, they are posting a lot of Jathrop. I think Jathrop by posting a money. HIV. The plant that you're seeing, a lot of the people on the net, they are posting is Jathrop na tile bomba ku HIV. Malizi yake ya Jared. Jathrop is the one. Okay. So examples of antibiotics, we have turmeric. Examples of antibiotics, we have turmeric, echinacea. Echinacea is very good also. Echinacea is widely used. Artemisia also. Artemisia, we use it for neem with paambiri. We use it for pema chani. Mtu kapeana mafiva, malaria na fimbi. Echinacea. Okay. Turmeric, neem, echinacea. What is that? Let me just give you three. Okay. So, or even Mleza falls under antibiotics. So we can put the local ones that you know. Mleza. Okay. What do you call? Ija vimpundu. So baki ya mpundu. Mpundu ai. Movies of vimpundu.
Kama si vimpundu. Impundu.
Ifetika pa.
Mkati mwa wakati walala.
Yes, yeah. Many vimpundu vija back used for mazani antibiotic or muntu asamvera bwino tupiva vaipwanya aumwa. Understand? Yes.
So kuya basa coffee. Mwabasa back. Back ni file papa. Wasa mwayatwa. You dry?
Yes, you also chape. Jathrop, yes.
Jathrop.
You're correct. Yes.
Jathrop.
Yes, jatropha. Or even you write here, many babado seed, they will tell you saying it's chan. Yes, yes, it's an antiviral. It's antiviral, not antibiotic. It kills virus. No, he asked a question saying, are you with us? He asked a question saying that castor oil, mono, is it the same with the jatropha? Yes, that's the reason because when we were looking at it, antibilious, so we looked at castor oil. So he was confirming, is it the same with the
Imon.
jatropha? Jatropha, are they the same? That's the reason we stuck on the jatropha and the castor oil. Not that these are antibiotics. Yes, correct. It's another name because most of the herbs they have different names. They have synonyms. So babado, even when you Google babado, they'll tell you it's jatropha. Okay, but if you get mono, it will with this the other name, whatever name they will give. Okay, but it's castor oil. I mean, castor plant. Antidepressant. Antidepressant, a drug that counters depression. So there are those people who, like, they feel down. I've already said antibiotic. I said turmeric, echinacea. I think you are talking the time when I was saying. Yes, I said if in neem, there's Vijavarayilanda Timara, Filiamuleza. I've already mentioned all these. These ones, na chichani, mpundu. I mentioned the back of mpundu is a wonder. A lot of people now instead is getting surprised how back mpundu, the way it works. For those people who, feel like they have a fever, body pains, and many other conditions due to bacterial infection. This is 1222. Antidepressant, a drug that counters depression. So kulibantu bale chifika.
Okay, so kai paramachira sankanye chibemba, so I was completely. So gawa, okay, yeah, you continue mixing. Yeah.
So antidepressant ni so kuli bantu bale kumfa depression ni kumfa low. Ai, no kumfa low. Depression fufuru
ya kwatati unaokwata matontonkanyo yakukwesha kumfa kulaba kukwatira kabukali kamu mutima pepili akakwata nakaku amasakamiko ichisakamiko, yes. Mwali wapya basakamana
no appetite so kuli umuti utu wafu
wamwe uingamiafu kufuma mugiri ya state.
So kuli apatistera na kumatontokanti stera nati yeah, we're not looking at that. We're looking at the herbs that will help you. You can also have to think positive as well. So there are herbs that help with that. So examples of herbs is lavender. I didn't put here lavender, rosemary. These are very good. Catnip. Okay. Kuchainama, they put sedatives, sedatives. Vamene vija oromkangana babalasa vamene vimadrag vija zapasa sedative. Tunati muntu ankare depressed or chan. Okay. They help. Or they can give them in the oxytocin ni hormones yale ranga muntu for wino. And oxytocin can be released naturally in the body when you hug someone. Okay, Someone kisses you on the forehead, people, you feel appreciated. Okay. They've started selling these. Oxytocin, what you call oxytocin, is another serotonin. These ones, they started selling them now. Melatonin for relaxation.
And I'm told that even some of these perfumes that people wear,
Yes,
some of them they have started putting those things. Yeah, what somebody now just has that
yes,
happy feeling.
yes, correct.
Ngamfaka kachena kalya kamuletera kwati namwika tale such things. Yeah, so they are playing on the mind of
You
people.
understand now. So that one for we know, just like also in the smell of someone, it's not that if someone is attracted and smell, but they feel relaxed. They feel because all the emotions, they say the smell box is next to memory. So when you smell someone, the scent of someone, you begin to remember what
That's what we are.
bad things, you begin to remember.
That's what we are told about elephants. That when it catches your smell, unapaka pite miaka shani gachaisa kumfafye mpaka it kills. Ati kuti mwaba muli abengi but iwewe kafi salako.
So you use a lot. Lavender is number one when it comes to this. Lavender is all over. You have to look for lavender. Yes. Not lavender, not like cobra. Like cobra, it's not lavender, I mean, not a cobra. Ambira ziwa cobra. Ija flavor waika mweka mcobra. Ndio na ndiye wanaita na lavender. Tinena lavender flower or plant. Okay. Because lavender yamene mukayika chape apa so smell muzagona or mwayika so perfume pa muzamumvera chetulo paliponse. It makes you ipasa tulo. It's like it's a sedative. So lavender they use it for diffuser, so you use it at night for relaxation. At night you want to relax, so you can make it diffuse in the room or you drink, then you relax. You understand? Manje,
They didn't get what she said, so repeat it.
so lavender, so lavender isebenza kuchita kupasa muntu kuti ankhale relax, kuti agone bwino, apumule bwino, noti ankhale wa mkwiyo kalipa maningi. It calms the nerves. So the others diseases inabwera
Kamwana pachikopo cha polishi para mweza kwati kuma flowers kwa katinga mtitani kalanshi pepo.
So kuchosaka kuma flowers because ana capture ni kuma flowers tuliko imaoneka just concentrate on the leaves. The leaves yamankarati white green, the leaves, not the flowers. These are the ones, unless when you have some flowers, that's why you check on the picture, you'll be looking at the flowers, but you have it outside. Yes. So they resemble like what you call rosemary. Because the flower, the white one, all of them, they were bringing out the flowers. I don't know if you've had it, you've had it grown. So there's a point when it would do remove purple ones, purple leaves. I mean purple flowers. There's a point when it does that. Do not.
Okay, so I googled
So-
non-flowering, and this is what it has got as the name flowers.
Okay.
These,
So these ones.
so these are non-flowering lavender.
Okay, so this one is the one, the non-flowering one. Yes, the one this I'm talking about. This is the one that is low common. So this same one, if you've grown it, you'll see there's a point when it flowers. The one I'm talking about. I don't know if you've grown it. Even at Onza, they had it to Jubilee Garden. Jubilee Garden, all of it was surrounded with lavender chan. Lavender. Yeah. Yes. 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 So you can drink or the smell. It's very good. Lavender. So non-flowery and flowery, they work. They work similar. Okay. The one which has flowers, they harvest mostly the flowers. This is okay. Past the time. So I think I can end here.
Okay, so on our study, looking at the name terminologies of herbs, many a time olonga twaya kuchipatala, we just hear that vamupere ama antibiotics, vamupere ama analgesics. Then obo twaishwa ta bali mulasafe chinyere chakulalika, that is anesthesia, anesthetic medicine. Yes, yeah, what tale unfo bukali para bali ngaba olwa kulepula bali akalipa but lesanga nakuyumva tawule yumva ati niwe babirire niwe ba so ati yali emashina tulero de shapo fyokwato ishina lyaso olonga mwasanga ati give him antibiotics nishimasha to balelanda ati bampere omuti ule stashani ule kanya ule ipa yotushisha ule ipa yotushisha then antiseptic favorite akalero bati muri sana ma advert asuma grip water shan babika question evo ichita Johnson and Johnson shan wale baby oil antiseptic septic na ile ayana mawezi wanda antiseptic efo telefo kushwa tishwale randa finji so that instead wakwa tuwaya mkushita mu pharmacy kanshi dimbi fimbi ma flowers aile to alikwata ya kwata ya ine antiseptic property so that wachisangira mupepi so ukuchira kwati ule mkusende imitisha kwati shire kuona ula wasendesha kwa shire kwa fuisha pantu shaba kwati I don't know what you can say. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so this is where our morning session ends. And then we have questions, comments, or contributions. So online we have Brother Tembo McBolan, Moses Sakala, Chimuka Gweven Temukuruma, Then Omkurumwa, sorry. The Bumbai Husenga and Brani Ngwenya. So any questions, comments, observations, or whatever from the lesson? Improvements? Oh, yes, Wakunda.
Question about that. For example,
okay, so Brother Kunda is asking to say drugs normally when they are administered, they seem to be quicker than herbs.
Number for example, So, kuntu atashana ito kwa Kristo. Kuntu atai moma dokta yeah.
Okay, so Brother Kunda's question is, seeing that we are reformers, and then there are certain medical help that requires the use of is asking to say, as Christians, should we avoid the use of those drugs and the doctors? I'm sure entering wage yali to finish their time for drugs and for herbs. Yes.
Okay. So yes, those drugs, if you look at the formulation, all of them, the one who talk of the anesthetic and analgesics, all of them, they are herbs there. You have to understand that. So if we have trained people where we can open can manufacture the drugs that will be very effective analgesic and anesthetics, that will be in that purpose. That's the reason we're learning this. Okay, so for instance, in the sedatives, there's anodyne. So question, where did they get the anodyne from? If we'll find out, saying maybe they got it from a plant. Understand? Eh? So what plants have anodyne? Or even opium, what? Opium, morphine. Where did they get it from? They get it from opium plant. So if we have that knowledge, tizaziba mopangira even is a tunaziba mopangira madrugs as potandiza motemia or time operation. Like time Ellen White, they had Kellogg was doing my operation, surgical procedures on patients. What were they using? Okay. So we have to have that knowledge. Tizankana na time majita indosekira ma drugs in the time of trouble. Muntu azicheka. Ajuviga muntu. Zakara time yosakira ma drugs. We have to know the plants and do surgical procedures on it. So we even have to learn surgery so that we know how to do surgical procedure. Titamanga apiri azichita kugwendo. Oluchabalasa chintu. Tifunika tichite surgical procedure. Tichose naifi olojani titunge. Hai. But tifunika weka munkwala wamenoza chita nambu pele. Tifunika zima.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Sister Chimuka commented, I think, earlier on when Brother Keagan was talking about even Ellen White maybe putting charcoal in the wash to buy. So she says, true, it is funny how Christians seem to have issues buying medicine sold in drugstores, but herbal medicine, the same Christians want to question buying them. In fact, if the same herbal medicine were sold in the drugstore, Christians would rush to go and buy. Let's embrace herbal remedies, brothers and sisters. They are even traditional drugs. So that's a comment that came around 1234. So what Sister Chimuka is saying is, at if we despise the best and go for the worst. But if the same best is made into the food that we rush for, we would still be buying the same thing without questioning. So she's recommending that it is better for us to prevent or to rush for herbal remedies because they are more safer than the convention. Those poisons that are in the drugs, my liver, my kidneys, and sometimes my lungs, depending. Yes. So we see that is the danger. So when she says they are more safer, it means these actually work naturally ways without much damage, except maybe those that he would say, those that you can take in excess. You remember that there are drugs that you can even drink, there is no effect. Then there are others, to take more, you are either warafenta or last. You are gone. Just like we all know, drugs, it's only that we call them what insecticide. Mukabulene insecticide yakuipairo to then mukekaleta mufere chitose pamona. You get the whole cane. Mulesa na mawindo. It will be the end of you. But ngamwachisansa fyo to size. Cockroaches and everything will go, right? But imo mule chita inhale, file mingi fingi. Mwamyona mwamba kutapata nausea, nauseating. Nweni umukaka. Orosambeni muna amenshi. Nishwale miwati mwachita exceed. That's why when you are buying it, chose ngamwaberenga ma instruction mkasangwata to not ukuitira pamubiri. So those are precautions. Ngawasansa tetifikwate effect paliwo, but ngawasansa efingi tiara akuletere olozangati bambi. Even when you talk about farmers, especially the tomato farmers, eba basana affected because it was more kwitira sana nomba na wori yonse nga olesanga na fafini osangati every time wapuisha fya you find ule kwataka headache. It is a sign that naona afikisha chani nafi kuingira. So efo baletu eba pa epa nomba baletu watonga waumfwa filia nauseating kubika na ubika pambali ngani tula venda twakuletako mind yamo kutondonga bwino wabika pambali ngani tu. What else did we say on what's the antibiotics? Namulaba if yakubo rosemary. Yes, mwakula rosemary tea mwanu wako, so mkasangati it will be helping you not to be affected so much, whereas fumigating is better, but because of those fumes as they are going everywhere, they also come back. Kai, you can say that ninji chita protect, but ingawa sansa kulaba umwera wasa tuwesha twaisa kuliwo wine weule sansa when in all probabilities you are pointing the gun elsewhere, but maybe the wind would blow them towards you, so they will still affect you. So in such cases, if Tresangati, what could you use in an event like that? So thank you very much, Sister Chimuka. Sister Olivia.
By answering what Koda was saying concerning that the herbs, like they don't work like immediately in comparison to the drugs. Yeah, so I would say that maybe it depends with the maybe and yeah. So, and then again you find that drugs change your good way. Yeah, you find that maybe you have plant was like if you are local that won't fear. Yeah. My traditional local plants. Plants. This one is everywhere, my yard. Hello, Zambia, my young family chepa my yard if we have. Yeah, like foundation. If my live fairly my lives to alba fair, we not to know, no? Then so ida planting kamaibu like ngamula mfimba mundunga na fimba mwa takufia fimba pambili mwakange pamuli then ida funya meshi. That very water is very effective kushinga pa pembili. Yeah, then that same one the ibombe thing to thing. Yeah, Obama BP fish. So we should know that very miracle plant. Okay. The other thing also I want to mention like onion. Yeah, onion is planting where got the most of these herbal technologies that we're looking at. Yes. So and then we are taught to say onion is a boost immune system. Yes. So we find that the onion like for instance, like akadolphin and gakfuma. Sometimes we should use this and see how effective they are. That's when we're going to be appreciating them. Like in mosquito, instead of you going to buy an insect repellent and whatever, you just apply that onion or you just apply the onion, because you find that even on the time you just cut the onion, spray and you find that bacteria. Yes. So as a result, you are preventing many other diseases. Because we find that onion so you find that it has something on top, right? So those are the bacteria that it has sucked. So onion is very good for our body, and we need to be taking it so that we boost our immune system, and that we live long. That's why I find that even the Israelites were craving back for the onion that they eating in Egypt.
Okay, this is where we end to this morning's session. This time we are going to invite Brother Bernard Chibwana to come and close for us. Praise for the food. Yeah.
Praying. Our Lord and our Father who dwells in the third heavens, we come before the throne of grace through your Son, Jesus Christ. We ask for your Spirit, continually give us understanding in the matter concerning herbs and their use in their various circumstances and situations. We pray that you may also be with us throughout the Sabbath, and as we are about to break for lunch, may you bless the food that we're about to partake of, that it may bring nourishment and strength to our bodies and our minds. Pray all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
All right, so we meet again at 14:30 for another segment of the Bible study entitled A Look at the 42 Months, which we began the week before last. And so we'll go deeper into that one as well. So for now, it's God bless you all, and bye-bye for now.